Gala Music, thank you so much for tuning in. I am Taco, and I'm going to mute my other screen. It's launch day today, but there's still a lot of other stuff going on. So I wanted to sit down with our Open Mic LA winners to chat about their upcoming drops. Hashtag Crunch Bunch. How is everybody doing today?
So good.
Crunch-tastic.
I was waiting for Sam. I was like, what's Sam gonna say?
I couldn't pass up the opportunity to say something corny. Get it? Corny.
It was perfect. Dad jokes on point.
That's right.
It never stops. We don't get these dad jokes in your rhymes, Sam. You save them for the streams.
Yeah, I'll just save it for my personal conversation. I'm extra corny then.
The best. Bonus.
That's great. As always, if you guys who are watching have questions for any of our artists, drop them into the YouTube chat or into Discord. Not about the platform launch. I know you guys are dying to ask questions about that. But this is serious new artist business. We made it. How long ago was that LA audition? 6 or 8 or 12 weeks ago? I have no idea anymore.
It feels like forever ago, and I think it wasn't that long ago. I was thinking,
it wasn't that long ago.
Right, but time is crazy, and it feels like a lot of things have happened in that time.
I just see it as the Grammy day. It's just a milestone. It was just the day of the Grammys.
That's the best way to figure it out. It was.
I guess I could just Google when were the Grammys.
I don't know.
Yeah, if you wanted to.
I don't know. But I guess I can look at our drop. I guess my drop is going to be my meta birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, your half birthday?
Check that out. Yeah, my middle birthday.
Hey, I've never heard middle. That's cool. Happy middle birthday.
That's right. I mean, because we're dropping our music in the metaverse, right? NFTs. We're going to be born in the metaverse. So it'll be our meta birthdays.
Meta birthday. Cool.
Right.
Yeah, we are. Are you guys all dropping the songs that you performed at the event, or did you go rogue on?
Me too.
As am I. Me too.
Ooh,
that's so
right.
cute.
Perfect.
Huh.
So just to get this out of the way, because Shelly told me I have to tell everybody this who's watching, your tracks are on sale Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific. But we're doing an allow list for anybody who voted for you guys. And so if I'm a voter, then we're going to do that for an hour before the actual drop. So starting at noon Pacific time, if I was one of those early supporters, I can get your track. And I think we're limited at to one person per wallet, but that's still pretty cool. I can get an early shot at your track.
Yes.
I like it. 15 artists. I'll bet there were people who voted for the three of you. Right?
I hope so.
You sounded somewhat doubtful when you said that.
Yeah.
Well, there were so many great artists. Like statistically, like there weren't any wrong answers, right? Tihane's like, God, yeah, of course they voted for all three of us. Who else was going to vote
first
for?
Conversation, like we spoke for 30 minutes, and then Taco was like, "I hope they like you," and I was like, "Thank you." With so much more doubt than confidence.
I knew they were going to like all you guys. You have to temper it with that little bit of, I don't know.
Terror.
Fear.
That sounds like my childhood.
Yeah, that little bit of terror. Yeah, I don't want to be that guy, but who knows? I don't know. That's terrible. You're right.
It was terrible.
Terrible.
So Critical Complex David started asking questions on the YouTube before we even started, asking about inspiration, which I don't know if we covered. So let's just go down the line and ask everybody. So Tihane, you're first on my screen. What are your inspirations for your music in general? And I guess let's also say, what was your inspiration for the song that you're dropping?
Cool. So in general, I have a lot of inspirations for music, but actually, did you say his name was Critical Complex David?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Because actually I love language and poetry and different things like that. So I really love like alliterations that then have a switch up. So even like the way he said his name, Critical Complex David, I like things that are like almost the way that they're supposed to be, but then there's like a little bit of a switch or a flip on them. Like even art, I like things that are like a little bit left. I like things in like a little bit asymmetrical. That's why I play a ukulele. I love it. Oftentimes a little bit out of tune about that taco. And actually that was the inspiration of this specific song. I was playing the ukulele. I was in Hawaii, so Hawaii because it's where my family's from. And when you drive over Hawaii, you can always see like people just pulled over on the side of the road, just like popped out chairs, just chilling and talking about life, and like playing the ukulele to no one, or just on the beach and things like that. And that inspiration of how all these different people that go through all of these different hardships or beautiful, inexplicable experiences, like somehow when we're all at the beach, it's like you just have this friendship, like you can nod at another person that you don't know on the beach. For some reason, you just have this like camaraderie, like no matter what you've both been through, you've been through such different lives, but in that moment you're both there somehow for like a similar reason or a similar inspiration. So that was the inspiration for the song I'm dropping on Thursday, because that whole hook part, you know, like if you get lost, meet me down by the beach. And like wherever you've been makes no difference to me, because we're both ending up in the same place for the same reason.
You give that nod on the beach because everybody has a ukulele, right?
It's true. I mean, I feel like ukuleles and the beach just kind of go together, you know? They're like a happy couple of energies right there. It's that same kind of like happy-go-lucky, even if the beach is not perfect, you're happy to be there, and ukuleles are far from perfect, but they just make you feel good inside. And I'm a far from perfect person and would never pretend to be, nor ever want to try to be anymore. So I feel like that's another inspiration for music for me, is like music is amazing to me because you don't have to be perfect, but you can still capture something so perfectly in your imperfection.
I like that message. Let's jump to Shockey, because I have a really important question. How many things are you drinking right now? You have like
I have 2 vapes in front of me. I have a yerba mate and my iced coffee. That's the vibe I'm on, and a chapstick.
That's the vibe.
Dude, I actually might be able to hit them and drink all of it at the same time. But I think, I don't know. Let me think about it.
That's talent.
Do you want me to stop drinking my yerba, Taco? Are you jelly?
No, you're good, man. That whole thing, that all sounds like a song to me.
Yeah.
Like
the
that
Crunch
whole
Bunch
vibe.
is gonna come together one day for our song, and we're gonna.
I agree with that. I agree 100%.
And I'm just gonna have an arm full of groceries.
I can't wait.
Amazing.
It's better than a Red Bull. I've been on Red Bulls lately, and that is a different breed.
Red Bulls anymore. I feel like that is. I used to actually do drugs you shouldn't do in life when I was younger. Red Bull is the scariest one of all of them.
What?
I swear.
Wow.
We're getting
saucy.
I like it.
I've never had a Red Bull, and I don't want to try one. I'm terrified of those
try
things.
Oh, you should try it once,
Save
bro.
yourself.
You're gonna be out of your mind.
Shockey and I are the exact opposites. Like, no, please don't do it.
L7
on either shoulder of you. Like, no, please.
Bruh.
I done heard stories about that Red Bull mixed with other items.
You get the like crazy shakes. No.
No, thank you.
This AMA brought to you by Red Bull.
Oh man, I do want to say though, it's Gala Music, man. Turn up. It's AMA. We here. TIHANE here. Just Shockey here. Officialsambrownmusic. Taco. We here. Turn up. Tune in and ask us what y'all want to ask us, man. We here.
Ooh.
We open books. We all the way live. Let's do it like it's never been done before. What y'all want to ask us? We right here, right now.
I love that.
Sniper.
Straight up.
I just need to have a recording of Sam just like that I can play on a button in my life sometimes when I just need that. You know,
We
Red
activated.
Bull.
Oh,
I need that
man.
Red Bull. I just need Sam's plug in that moment.
Come on, man. Oh, that's dope. Thank
Sam
you for
Brown
that.
official
I love
plugin. I like it.
let's keep rolling
Stupid.
with Sam. Tell us about your musical inspiration and what inspired the song you're dropping.
Oh, wow. For me, it's my lived experience. So my song is called Fingers and Toes, and the gist of it is being able to count on myself. And so I talked a little bit about my lived experience before I performed that day. And I just served 24 years in the prison. I had a life sentence, and I learned a lot about being able to count on me. However, I want to make it clear that no man is an island, no taco. None of us are island. We all need help. So I don't have a problem with asking for help. Still in all, even when asking for help, I have to be able to muster the strength and the wherewithal to help myself. And so that song is just about, you know, all the times that I had to dig deep to help myself, but now facing this new frontier where I'm out of prison. I'm out of prison. I'm fresh off a life sentence. I just served 24 years. A lot of my family members are dead. A lot of my homies are dead. A lot of things have changed. I gotta survive. I gotta make a living. I can't, you know, I gotta depend on me, just like everybody else out here. So for everybody who can relate to really having to roll their sleeves up and get out here and be a human being, you know what I mean, to survive and eventually live, then that's what this song is about. It's just about offering encouragement, because one of the things that I learned when I was in the pen is in order to keep it, you have to give it away. So in my music, I always try to give away encouragement and inspiration so that I can also keep being encouraged and inspired myself.
I really connect to that.
Shockey,
Thank you.
I'm sorry, man.
He's like,
What I
"Wanna go
do-
next?"
No, that should have been the end. That should have been the mic drop.
That
And
was
like,
ill.
No,
I mean, not ill, but damn, bro, that's real. Yeah.
it's for all of us though.
that's amazing. Yeah.
Trying to think of the most surface level thing I can say right now.
Just
We-
surface level.
How did we transition from Red Bull to Sam to whatever Shockey's going to talk about? All right.
Yeah.
It's natural.
So, I don't know. You know, I like to think about like what inspired me. Is where my inspiration draws from. So like, I always find it interesting that like growing up, I was never interested as much in the song as I was the artist. And so I like started like finding these people of virtue that I like, and then I would like align my life to them. And so like, you know, making music for me is really secondhand to like good connection with people. Like I was just in a session with this awesome artist named Anna O'Malley, and literally her and I were just like hitting the keyboard on a plugin, just having fun, and made a dope song. And so like, it's more just about like being, you know, in a good mood, and like if you're not, maybe taking the time away from creation to like be there for someone, and then like, you know, the music will come. So like, you know, inspiration for me is in those moments of authenticity, when you're not overthinking, when you're, you know, just having a good time, and then like music is just the byproduct of like the love in the room. Like I truly believe that that's where music started. I think that like I love to go back to like people's voices and like, you know, hitting for rhythm, and like just like kind of like the more primal idea of where music began. And so like, you know, it's for me, it's just like not overthinking it, making sure that you love yourself, that the energy matches that in it, and then having the technical tools with that, to like develop it into a familiar, you know, somewhat commercial representation of what happened in the room that day. And you know, that's what inspires me to make music.
I like that. To clarify for people who maybe don't know, Just Shockey isn't the just isn't only. It's not only Shockey. Just as in like righteous, right?
Yeah, yep. It used to be Shockey in all caps, and it was really in your face, and that's pretty much, you know, like the vibe that my bout in the music industry made me. It was like, yo, who's here, who's the loudest, who's like gonna take it. And then, you know, it kind of formed more into just like trying to be a good person, like loving the artist, being patient. Like I Googled Just, and I was like, just as I am now, full of goosebumps. And I was like, oh, that's the affirmation that this for sure needs to be the name. So yeah.
That's so
Yeah,
cool.
that's the journey I'm on right now.
That
I'm
is,
still
that's dope.
in the brash, loud taco phase. And I need to evolve into the good person phase.
Just taco.
I need to be just taco.
Just Taco Shell. Oh wow, that's a dope name, Just Jockey. That is
It
hard.
is. It is. I feel like what's really cool too is listening to all of us is like, it's so funny because actually I think before I played my song, I was saying that same feeling for when all these different people are at the beach and it somehow works. I feel like that about Web3. Like, I don't know if there would be another situation in life where us four would be having a conversation like this, you know, in this way. But there are so many actual similarities in the way that we see things and live, even though the types of people that we are and the lived experiences we've had are so different. And I think that's like such a beautiful thing about this space too, is you actually feel like you can be a great artist and a good person at the same time. Because I feel like we were raised so much to think that like being a good person will make you too weak to be a great artist, you know, like greatness is over here and like goodness is over here, and it's trash. Like that's just not true at all. And actually, if anything, like I was at an event last night and LeBron James was walking around just like saying hello to strangers. And I was like, I need to be an even better person. Someone who doesn't need to say hello to anyone. And he was just walking around being like, hello, good evening, how are you? You well? Good. To like complete strangers. And it was so amazing and so refreshing. And it just, you know, like it breaks that myth that we have where we think that people that are successful or achieved and accomplished have to be like these, like you said, like these isolated, like island type people that are, you know, I'm an island away from, I don't need the people. It's like you need it for your heart to feel like your life is worth living, to have that sense of connection.
For sure. Imagine
I agree.
Sorry, go ahead, Sam. I want to hear what you have to
No,
say.
no, you go ahead. I was saying I agree.
Yeah, like imagine going all the way and not having that in your heart. Like that would be a tough life.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have thought about that too. I don't know if you have too either, but like when
absolutely.
I was mad young, when I was mad young, I was like, I had all these different labels that were like trying to sign me and everything, and I was like, I walked away because I was like, oh, like I will be so sad. I will be so like just like a taco shell of a human being, not the taco, just the shell.
Right.
Just the shell, yeah. I didn't
you know, yeah, and I'm so glad because I've seen a lot of people up that way.
I would love to add.
You know what I love? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you talk this time, Sam.
Well, I love the fact that, you know, in this space, basically with the three of us, we represent like a potential, and not just the three of us, but this whole platform that we're launching and being a part of represents a culture change and an opportunity for a culture change. You know, it's no problem with me or any of us getting on the mic and making some songs or music that makes people smile or feel good about themselves versus all this whole bitch, kill, fuck what you talking about shit that we constantly hear. Not to say that I couldn't produce some fuck you type of shit. I make shit like that. I got some. I want all y'all to know, I do have some fuck you shit. I got some fuck you music. However, there are days when I'm also like heal you. I got some heal you music because I'm a complete human being. Some days I feel like fuck you. Some days I want to heal you. You know what I mean? But I'll never do anything to harm you. I reserve the right to feel how I want to feel, and it comes out of my music. And so I say that to say we represent like a new culture, the Crunch Bunch, and that's what we ushering in. I can talk about. I mean, I'm sure we can all talk about anything. I can talk about using drugs. I can talk about violence. I can talk about going to the pen, but I could also talk about being a shoulder from somebody. I could talk about being a listening ear for somebody or sharing something that I learned that they need. Because again, I'm a complete human being and I'm not concerned about peer pressure or what no one else thinks about me. This is like mature, real music that people can relate to. That's what I like to make, you know, and not get stuck in some genre that says I have to talk about twerking or you know, coke or something like that, cocaine or something. I don't have to get stuck like that. I can talk about whatever I want to talk about. And so as we continue down this journey, I just ask that everybody continue to have open minds and help us grow this new culture, because it's time for a change and it's time for us to evolve as a collective.
Yeah. Yeah, I really, really resonate with that. And I think what you said about being a complete person is so important because, you know, like I be healing people and singing soulful songs on ukulele one day, and the next day I actually be twerking, you know? So I feel like just giving yourself the space to like be all the things is so important. And I think that anybody who probably like came through or did vote for us or has feelings or energies around us is probably feeling that same way themselves, you know, that like you don't have to just be this one lane of a kind of person. It's like you having like perfect corny jokes when we're here together, but then we would never anticipate that when we listen to your music. I think most people think that I'm like the biggest geek in the world. Like I'm so geeky and like awkward and strange, but like I love that about me now. But I felt like for so long I had to hide it and be like affected, you know, because if you're trying to like present in the world, then you feel like you have to have all of these different personas. And I just feel like all that shit is like melting away now. I think like everybody's sick of it. The world is like, it's too stressful in the world right now. We don't know what's happening. Like, is ChatGPT going to rewrite the whole internet and we don't even know what's going on? Like, the times are too dire, you know? For people to just be hung up on that sort of middle school energy of not being who you are. Not the time.
Totally.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah, I just wanted to add, like, I never talked about my song, and it's actually like everything we just talked about. The chorus is "Who cares what they say?" I've been dancing to my own song like always. Who cares what they say? I've been singing all these words the wrong way, and like that's the whole idea of who cares. Is like we've all been told like all these things, like, you know, the lyrics are like, I really can't say it better than the lyrics. Confusion in the media, don't let it tear you down. Take a look in the mirror, you're beautiful now. And like it was just like what I needed to hear at that moment. And I think it's really cool that, like, as far as all the people that auditioned, I'm sure that everyone has this heart, but like to get to be here with you two and talk about, like, and then hear it from your mouths too, like it really hypes me up for the shared, you know, want to bring authenticity and genuine vibes to music, because it's like I know that's why we all fell in love with music, you know, like that is hands down for anyone who's like killing it, the vibes. So I'm, you know, super dope to get to hear you guys talk about that.
Yes, I feel the same way.
This is what I love about the Crunch Bunch, is that we came in here rolling hot with dad jokes, and now like you guys have me emotional on an anime, and I like that. I like these conversations, and it's true.
I'm sorry, I'm almost choking a little bit. Did y'all say bad jokes or dad jokes?
Dad jokes.
Dad.
Like DAD?
You thought it was bad.
You're putting a strain on our relationship.
To be fair, Sam, sometimes they're also bad.
But they're like dad bad, which makes them just dad jokes.
It's just not dad bod. We're getting really weird with the phonics.
I definitely don't have a dad bod, so I'm all right with that.
I definitely do have a dad bod, bro.
There's no shame in dad bods, fella.
Yeah,
that's all right. Extra grande taco. Everybody likes grande tacos. It's all right.
Yeah, one of the things I love about this space, obviously, is getting to have these conversations. Like the three of you are, you appear to be different kinds of artists, different kinds of people. You know, you make different kinds of music, but like bring you all together, and really, it's all the same thing. Like it comes from the same place. You're talking about the same experiences and the same vibe and all that same stuff. And so I love that. I love, you know, stringing that all together.
Yeah, well, I think it also reflects like Gala, right? I mean, we're here also because we're a reflection of you guys and the platform too. So I'm excited to I told you, I tried to get into Discord, guys. It was really stressful. I want to be there more. I actually sent the GIF that was like, you know, when you're trying to get in Double Dutch and you're just like really stressed because you don't know like the right time to enter. I felt like this because there's just been so much going on. You guys have so many amazing announcements, and I was like, I want to be in there. I want to connect with people. I want to know like people in Gala, and just every time I tried, I was like DMing Shockey, being like, help me. Like a dinosaur.
And Taco's like, you just gotta help him. Just tell him your stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. We were talking about that earlier. She tried to jump in like right as the
white paper dropped. And then I like ignorantly came up like, hey guys, what's up? The worst. But anyway, I said all of that because I'm excited also to like get to know more of the people within Gala as well, because it's clear to me that that's something that is the common thread, like people that might seem super different and all of these, you know, different kinds of lifestyles and interests and all of that, but there is like this common thread of interest in a new wave, community, culture, you know, way of being. So
yeah, 100%. And even it seems like people in Discord are like, things get heated in there sometimes. It's just because
I'm good for it.
it's just because people are so engaged and like they want it to do well. But God, so many amazing people in our community. It's why I love doing this. I've been here just about a year now. And like a lot of these people are like my legitimate friends now. Like I'd hang out with them in real life. Like if they rolled through Western Massachusetts, like call me up, we'll get a beer. You can crash in my spare room, which is amazing. Like we say, the word community is thrown around so much in Web3 now.
Yeah.
But I really genuinely feel that with the people in our Discord, and I think a lot of the artists feel that way too, which is really great.
Absolutely.
I think that is so beautiful. Anytime people can find something to unify around and overcome their like stigmas and their superficial reasons for like having separation amongst each other, I think it's great, especially in an artistic space where the influence and the potential to influence is so powerful, because that's what music does, and it reaches souls. So even if we did a song, if the three of us did a song, man, the people that would reach, the impact of it will be so dope. In addition to the musical,
I think it's crazy that you're driving right now, bro. That's wild to me. I love it, dude. You're on the move, dude. Are you driving to Western Mass right now? You're taking Taco up on the offer.
He's coming.
I'm on my way. I saw that big taco in the sky, man.
With it too. He's so chill with it. By the way, if we ever do all create a songs together, it has to be because like people send in prompts for what they want us to talk about and sing
That's
about.
a good
So
idea.
if anybody is or
like
here
that.
right now, so like that's gonna be all you guys. You just send in everything, and then it'll be our work to just try to thread all of your bits and pieces together. That's all you guys.
That's a good idea.
I love it. I think you guys would make a pretty dope song.
Yeah,
I think so too. A pretty dope album, actually.
yeah, pretty dope. 5 albums.
Yeah, I think exactly.
Just keeps going.
When you said pretty dope 5 tours, you said a pretty dope 5 world tours. Is that what you said?
Did you say tours?
Peace. I'm with all of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Crunch Bunch festivals. We're doing the whole thing.
Oh, man.
Parzival is in Discord right now and says he remembers when you tried to jump in.
Yes, I remember seeing Parzival saying many smart things that I felt I wasn't informed to actually comment on yet, and so he was also a part. I'm not who's sure Parzival is, but your genius was part of my jump rope comment, because I very much felt like I would jump in, but I don't know that it's the right time.
If it was smart things, we're probably talking about a different guy.
Shade.
Burn, Parzival.
That's your
That's
burn. I
messed up.
disassociate from your burn.
What a powerful
Parzival,
situation.
I don't know him.
Homie,
So
homie
mean.
can't respond. Taco's just like in full control.
That's messed up.
We gotta bring Parzival on here. So
Disconnect our comments. Not a step.
He got to get his own show.
Don't
He got to get his
co-sign.
own show so he can bust back.
That's so funny.
Dang.
Awesome. All right, guys. I feel like we nailed it.
Taco's always the first one to throw in the towel. He's like emotionally like riveted and exhausted at the end of it. He's like, all right, guys, it happened. We're done.
I'm like legit crying right now. Is it from laughing? Is it from Sam fucking with me? I don't know.
Oh man, I tell you,
I'm just getting all
about the
cracked up.
project?
Yeah.
Can I tell you about the project that I like to work on?
Yeah.
So right now it's called Fingers and Toes, right? But overall, I just want everybody out there to know what I would like to bring to Gala Music, and I say this in all humility, I've been accused of being narcissistic and all that type of stuff, so I always try to keep it humble, but you got to talk about yourself sometimes. It is what it is, so get over it, right? But the project that I'm putting together is basically called Convict Shoes, and I would like to give people a walk, through some of the stuff that I've been through and what life is like on the other side. So that's what my project represents. And to my knowledge, there's nothing like it on Gala just yet. So for everybody that's tuned in right now, I would really love for you to pay attention. Like I said, we ushering in a new culture, the three of us. We're coming with something different. And what I'm coming with, you ain't never heard before. Aside from like Fingers and Toes, Counting on Me, that's one thing. But I would really love y'all to like experience the full variety of music that I have to offer. You feel me? And also just see through the eyes of somebody's life that you probably wouldn't even take into consideration otherwise. Because that's something that music does too. It can transfer you to a place that you otherwise wouldn't even think about going, and you get to live and learn. So I just wanted to talk about that and plant the seed, and also like encourage y'all to do the same while we have an opportunity. Maybe tell the people about y'all projects and what you got coming up. Because we're here for the long haul. We crunch bunch to the end, and we want y'all to stay sticking with us, supporting us. And just let's grow as a collective.
I'm telling you, my Sam button, man. Like just that life just boom comes through. I love that idea. Thank you for sharing about that project. And thank you for speaking your piece, because I also feel like that's something that is so interesting when you're someone who just wants to share. You always bump up against feeling like, oh, I don't want to be talking about myself or talking about my opinions or my thoughts or whatever. And I also say that too to anyone. If people are ever listening or want to comment or question or whatever, like I actually want to hear people. I don't care if comments are controversial or questions are like saucy or whatever. I feel like people should just sort of remove that guard that we've all been given, where we feel like we don't have the right to actually just say what we want to say or share what we want to share. So thank you for sharing. I'm really excited about your project and your whole story, man.
Thank you for that, man. I agree with you.
Yeah. Shockey, do you want to share about your intentions for the long run?
Yeah, it's all, I actually just wrote down. For me, I produce so much music, so like I was like, I need to write down the exact vibe of this. And it's just like I'm in a really like Gala's, I felt a lot of love. There's been just some things connecting, and it just feels like the who cares is like the ground floor of the house that's being built right now. And like some other titles are just like, like it'll all be okay, we're overthinking. Like this whole just like emotional, like true, the whole human thing. It's like I want to dive into the real moments in my life and gear it towards the undeniable thing that life will be cool at the end. Like I'm sure every human goes through crazy stuff. Like I lost my pops, and like I'm okay, right? And like that should be told to homies. And like everyone's in a different moment in their life, but my music right now, got that acoustic driven, love like kind of the hip hop-esque like undertones to it, and like I'm in a session on Saturday with this dope producer, and it's like almost anthem-y, like the EDM anthem acoustic driven stuff. So like I'm just gonna keep that message on point, record my heart out and see where it lands. But it's definitely like all led by excitement and love right now, which is like a really cool space to be in music for sure, so yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Amazing. Cool. Yeah, I would say that for me, my main intention with music or with everything I do in life is to try to provide like an oasis, a little moment of relief, kind of like this haven space, because I find that the world can be an incredibly overwhelming place, and we can get super overstimulated, and things can just be so much on our mental and so much to try to figure out. And I feel that with music and art, there's just this moment for me where I can take a breath and I can just actually be in my body and feel feelings instead of thinking about everything and future tripping and constantly being in a million places at once. So the music that I make is always a mixture of elements because I'm a multicultural person, I'm a mixed race person. I grew up like all over the world. So I like to create these oasis spaces where it feels like whoever you are, wherever you've been, whatever you come from, you can come, bring all of it is welcome. And the sound for me is always like it's kind of like a future vintage sounds because I'm really interested in where our whole world is going, but I'm also really, really interested in like, you know, ancient civilizations, the past and the cultures that brought us to where we are. So I like to harmonize those opposites. And yeah, you'll also get to hear a lot of different kinds of people in my music probably. So the song that I'm dropping on Thursday, I originally just wrote it on a ukulele, but the version that I'm dropping was recorded in Ghana, in West Africa. And it's featuring a vocalist who's one of my best friends in Ghana. She's a Ghanaian artist named Enam, and a electric guitarist and this really dope drummer who drums like acoustically, but also on a sample pad. And we did a live show in Ghana right by the beach. So I like to bring all the different people that I meet along the journey of my life into my music too. So you'll get to hear some of that.
Fire. Oasis Spaces is the dopest. That should be your album.
Yeah,
Oasis
I feel like that's
Spaces.
this energy too. You know, this Oasis.
That is
I love
nice.
that.
That's nice. Yeah, me too.
Boney Chill in Discord just said Oasis Spaces. I like the sound of that. So
Yeah.
we're all on board. We're all on board.
The whole crew is synchronized. It's not just we're all crunch bunch. That's the twist.
Yeah, that's the twist. We're all crunch bunch. All right.
All those little crumbs got to stick together. I'm sorry, my bad.
A bunch of crumbs makes the bread. Yo, we're writing bars right now. We gotta get
Oh,
it.
goodness.
Somebody write this down.
Boney Chill is probably like,
Every crumb counts.
Yeah.
There it is. No crumb.
I love it.
Yeah, no
It's
crumb left
hilarious.
behind. That's right.
All right.
Boney Chill
I
tried
have
to
to
take
give-
us to like Oasis Spaces and just came right back to Crunch Bunch. It's like, that sounds nice. That sounds beautiful over there. We just brought it right back down to the crumbs.
No, come on back. All right. I'm gonna shut this thing down, but we're gonna have to do another one of these soon so we can get an update on the progress of all of our where we are with our intentions and where we are on the track you guys are writing together. I thought this was great. All your tracks are going on sale on Thursday. The allow list starts at noon Pacific. Public sale is 1 o'clock Pacific. Thank you guys, as always, for joining us. I know it's the middle of the day where you are. Sam's out running errands. Great. Love it. Love you guys. This was amazing. Thank you so much.
So
Love you too, bro.
Love you too, Taco. Thank y'all. Crunch
Bye.
Bunch.
Bye.
Peace.